Hello everyone, and welcome to the problem solving aspect of my project. So today I'm going to be talking about some of the problems that came up and how we solved them. So probably the first one that comes to mind is the bass incident. So Ewan and I were recording track 1, Sublime. I think we got in around like 5 minutes in, like it was 4 or 5 minutes, but we got like halfway there. And then we went to listen back, we pressed play, and there was no bass. And we were thinking, what? And we looked at the tracks and it was just gone. Now this was one of my biggest fears, as I mentioned in the proposal for my project. I was like, something's going to go wrong, it's going to crash, we're going to lose everything that we've done. Now thankfully it was only the bass, but Ewan went back and there was auto saves, and he did this crazy split of auto saved work with what we currently had, and it would have been over if it wasn't for him, because I don't know how any of the stuff works, and I'd learned a lot over recording and doing that every week. But if it wasn't for him, then I would have had to record the entire 5 minutes of bass, including solos and stuff that I'd not played in ages, completely forgot how it went. So that was one problem which I predicted, and that's why the muscle memory of saving, having auto saving, was on, and we managed to fix it. So that was problem 1. Problem 2. Now I love telling this story just because I find it so funny. We were recording Humanity. Now this was the first childhood theme of Humanity, and the track was going well. Now I told Ewan to record some drums, just like do some simple stuff. I want it to be like tight and nice and interesting, do some interesting fills, but just a couple bars of simple drumming. And I told him I will put some temporary piano chords in, and then when I record my bass I'll lock in with his drums, and then we can do some sax lines over the top. Now I'm watching this kid drum and it's perfect. Couldn't be going any better. This was the take. We'd had a couple of takes, but this was the one. And then I just watched this guy do this crazy fill, right, in 6 tuplets, triplets, breaking my neck, right. I don't even know what to comprehend here, right. But then he hits it and he's on beat, and I'm like, what was that? And he finishes it, and I was like, that was a take. And he's like, oh, we can cut out that fill at the end. It doesn't matter. I'm like, that was it. I don't care what. He knew exactly what he did, but that was the take. And in my mind, that was perfect. I was like, that was sick. I don't know what the hell that fill was, but we're keeping it. And he was thinking, oh, I can record it again, or we'll cut it out or something. I was like, no, I'm going to sit down. It might be confusing now, but I'm going to lock in the bass with that. So then for what felt like hours was just me with my bass, playing the thing over and over again, and him just trying to explain to me what the film meant and decode it, right? And I was just not getting it. And I could hear it sometimes, and I'd be like, I got it, play it wouldn't work. And we have ages of footage of us just messing this, and I finally get it. That was problem 2, and we just practiced it over and over again. It took loads of takes, but we worked as a team, him explaining to me how it worked and me trying to get it. I could never do that fill ever again if I tried, but we got it, we recorded it, and that was problem 2 solved. I think problem 3 was time. He lived so far away, and we only saw each other once a week, or once every 2 weeks or something, and we had lots of time for this project, but it was just we couldn't do it in such kind of short windows of time and things. And sometimes we would just crack on, and do loads of work in a weekend, and other times we did barely anything. Now we could have been maybe more resourceful with time, and we could have planned for the amount of time that we actually had and what we could have done in that time. So that problem was not solved. We didn't finish it. However, now that there isn't a time frame, we're going to finish the album, and it might take us a while, but I wouldn't want to rush it for the sake of just being able to hand it in on time. We're spending more time on it and making it something that we're really proud of. So we did learn lessons about time management though. And probably problem solving 4 was the exhibition. We didn't plan that. That was just this view of something in the far future that we didn't have to worry about. And then it was me and Amber and GP, and we were severely underprepared. But we cracked on. So we just got into college the day of the exhibition. I had loosely planned the night before, I brought in the CD, print, and at college I had to print out a bunch of pictures, set everything up. But I think, yeah, we just sorted it out in the morning and cracked on and worked hard, and we did it. And then the other problem was we didn't promote it. So then we just got the whole of the other class to come and solve that problem that we actually got a show. So there you go. So that was problems and problem solving for that. Thank you for watching.